And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is, oh God, I already forgot, Wednesday, March 16th, Stone Cold Day, 3/16. I am Josh Engleman. I'm here to break down a 12-game NBA slate. This one's massive. We have a ton to try to get through for today, so it should be fun. Before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. And then peep the banner, top of the screen. Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this show. Go to Prize Picks and sign up. But the only way you should sign up is actually like this, because it's too early for me to do this read and get it correct. So either click the link in the description of this video or just type in awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Get yourself one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Get a bit of a deposit bonus. You can use the tools on the website to help you out. Build your parlay cards, trying to make 5 picks on one and net up to 10x your entry fee. We got the Prize Picks player prop tool on awesemo.com. That will help you out more than anything else you could look for. Jeremiah Johnson, 12 gamers are not the best. They are not the best. This is a lot to talk about. How'd you guys do last night? I did not play the slate. I hope you had Kyrie. Dropping the old 60 burger. Following up, telling Cat to hold his beer. I'm sorry. Cheers, guys. I'm out of my element. I'll hit you with it again. I promise. I feel bad about that sip. I wasn't ready for it. Felt like I already did it. So let's get into it. I've got my coffee, as you guys were able to see from me taking a sip of it without prompting you guys for the first time in pretty much forever. So whether you've got a coffee, tea, water, beer, chicken nuggets, Pop-Tarts, hot dogs, a joint, whatever you got this morning, here's the real cheers. Clink. There it is. Rise and grind, everybody. Let's get it done today. Steve Case with the super chat. Coffee money for Josh at 6:30. I do not get that $5 into my pocket immediately. I don't just have an Abraham Lincoln showing up in my pocket, but I will be getting a coffee shortly out of this house. So I appreciate that. After this show, I will record the contenders videos. And then not too far after that, I'm hopping back in the car. I'm heading back to North Carolina. So I can be home and well rested for tomorrow's Barn Burner 1 gamer. But it's time to dive in. We've got 12 games to get through. This is going to take, I assume, like up to 8 o'clock. So here we go. First game up, Atlanta Hawks, 1.5-point dogs in Charlotte. Steve, it does, like it will long term. It won't go to me. Like they get pooled, but it's not that it doesn't go to me. I just mean like I don't, it doesn't just like show up today either. Anyway, Atlanta dog against Charlotte. Got no John Collins. Gallo back in. So this one should be pretty easy to handle. Let's now I have, because I'm a weird person, I have to turn the one little setting on that I accidentally just turned on. Where is it hiding? Page breaks. Boom. Got it. Okay. Will I do a process show for the one gamer? Yes, absolutely. No days off. Even though tomorrow would have been the perfect day off. But now I will do a process show. It'll be quick tomorrow. All right. So we need to get... We're going to stick with Capella for 27 minutes. I think that seems fine. And this last time out, Ian Okongwu actually played alongside of each other a bit. Nope. That was added up incorrectly. I don't know who I clicked on. So they played a straight 48 minutes. I'm going to split them 27-21. Although I I'm going to go 28-20. And then we need to take out the minutes that I gave to TLC, the minutes that went to Kevin Knox. We need to give Gallo 29. We need to keep DeAndre Hunter at 34. Tomorrow, yeah, I've got the process show, contenders, and the strategy show. So busy morning for me. Tons to break down too. So that should be fun. I'm going to leave Bogdanovich in at 32. I'm going to delete everybody else. DeLon Wright, Lou Will. Trae Young can just stay. Actually, Trae Young needs 36 minutes. We will say that DeLon Wright is the backup there. Evan Herter gets 32 minutes. And then 17 for Lou Will. No, we'll give 2 more to DeLon Wright. 2 more to DeLon Wright. And then 14 to Lou Will. Rates are fine. I've got Trae Young in here now. Everybody else should be okay. What's really crazy, honestly, is how much some of these guys are popping. I actually need to make 2 quick changes. Nope, I don't have to make those quick changes. Never mind, we're on to Charlotte. First rotation in the books. Yeah, hoping the trolls stay away. I had a good one. Yesterday. I had a guy tweet at me. It was a response to the show that I did with Neil. This guy, it was his first tweet ever. Made the account in December of 2021. And he said, I enjoyed all the previous episodes. Josh sucks. Remind me to skip all of his shows. Replace Josh with Gundacker. Keep up the good work, Neil. I know that was hard to do. You should interview regular people next. People with full-time jobs who play DFS on the side. Spoiler alert, that's me. I have a full-time job and I play DFS on the side. Now, it just so happens that my job is also DFS, but I don't play DFS for a job. Crazy people. Okay, back to it. Charlotte Hornets. What do we need to know? No Gordon Hayward. That is it. So pretty much the same rotation we get for Charlotte all the time. Yep. The fact that Kelly Oubre is now playing like not at all is kind of crazy. So 36 minutes for Terry Rozier. I need to take that down a little bit. LaMelo, I'm fine with 31. But I'm going to take a minute away from Rozier, take him to 35. I'm going to take... Oh, man, they really just are playing Isaiah Thomas, huh? I already have this dum-dum on a team. Let's get this handled. That's the first one. That's the second one. My brain is mush right now, guys. I can barely, like, I have to keep... Yes, Demonat, that is a review of a show that I did. I've got to keep telling myself to, like, keep talking. All right, so Isaiah Thomas is just playing, like, 14 minutes a game. That's actually happening. Now I can get Terry Rozier up to 35. I think that we can take Kelly Oubre down to at least 20. And then, you know, we've got Plumlee in for 24. Plumlee's minutes are the hardest. Trez just doesn't play as much as he had been playing, so I'm going to take him down to 19. PJ Washington, I feel pretty good about it, 32, but I'm going to make it 31. And then Miles Bridges at 36. I mean, that's what that dude plays, but I guess I'm going to make it 35. And that leaves me 13 minutes for Cody Martin. So that's not going to be enough for me. Leaves me 17 minutes for Cody Martin. So I need to unearth, out of all of these guys, I need to get Cody Martin up to 22. So I need 5 more minutes. I'm going to take one from Isaiah Thomas for sure. I'm going to take one from Kelly Oubre. That gets me to 19. I don't know if I can go any further than that. So that's just going to be it. And it's not like we're going to be trying to play Cody Martin on a day like today anyway. So first game in the books. Let's take a peek. Atlanta. Andres, I appreciate that. Steve, I'm literally wearing a Fantasy Cruncher shirt right now. Yeah, I still use Fantasy Cruncher constantly. I'm literally wearing their apparel. Alrighty. So I've wasted enough time mumbling and not being able to get started. We need to get more of this coffee into my body. Atlanta Hawks. Clint Capella is my preferred option here, and that is a FanDuel statement. He's good on DK. He's great on FanDuel. Actually, you know what I should do? I should make that a table of like great, good, okay, ignore table. That'd be fun. Anyway, that's not happening right now. Capella is the best play here. Trae Young is second. DeAndre Hunter is probably third. There's actually a lot to like for Atlanta. Not that anybody's going to be all that surprised by that. When you have Atlanta plays 20th in pace, Charlotte is 5th. So this is a big-time pace-up spot for the Hawks. But it's Capella at the top of the heap with no John Collins. For Charlotte, Miles Bridges would be my favorite. He's good, not great. Terry Rozier on DraftKings, PJ Washington on DraftKings would be the other two options. There's just going to be a lot to like here in Atlanta and Charlotte. There's, like the Atlanta guys, pretty good fantasy performers in terms of the guys that are getting enough minutes. Like, Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Gallo, Capella, Okongwu to a degree if you think he's going to be a worthwhile value. There's a lot there. And then same situation for Charlotte. They run a narrow rotation, or at least a relatively narrow rotation. So, and these are all like fantasy point per minute guys. So whether you're trying to get to Rozier, Bridges, Ball, Washington, Plumlee, I think that's all pretty fine. But Bridges on both sites, Rozier and Washington on DraftKings, those are the priorities for Charlotte. 75 viewers, 32 likes. That's not going to get it done, folks. Let's bump that ratio up a bit. Hit that thumbs up. We'll go to Philly. Philly on the road in Cleveland. Sixers are 4-point favorites, 217 total. Let us take a peek at the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know what's going on for Philly, but I don't think that it's anything of note, which means that we're probably just moving forward. Yep, everybody available for Philly. Same rotation that they've had. Korkmaz is now no longer a part of the rotation. It is, but also wasn't Isaiah Joe. Oh, we got Danny Green back on Monday. Got it. So let's get this all set up. I need a little bit more playing time for George Niang. He seems to be playing about 25 minutes. We got that in there. We're going to get Tobias Harris in for 35. I got Embiid in for 35. We've got Tyrese Maxey in for 36. We've got James Harden in for 36. I'm probably going to make Harden's 37. Kind of what he does. That leaves me 15 minutes for Danny Green. I've Thibault in for 27. I'm going to make that 26. Give Danny Green another minute. Shake, I have in at 20. That does not appear to be the case. So we're going to take 4 away from there, take him to 16. That'll take Danny Green to 20. I think that's going to be what they want to do. So that should be good for Philly. I don't have any other tweaks to make. As we go to Cleveland, because they're starting to get bodies back. Cleveland's probably I don't want to say a problem here, but also not the best fantasy spot. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't do a ton here. Cleveland Cavaliers, no Jared Allen, no Dean Wade, no Rondo. So same rotation that we got last time out. We got monstrous minutes. Okay, they did go to OT, but still, that was 40 for Garland. I'm going to take him up to 37 now. Actually, gonna cut this whole rotation and build it from scratch, just because I think it's going to make me look at it a little bit better. Mobley is playing about 35 minutes a game, so we'll pop that in there. Kevin Love just continues to not play as many minutes as you would expect, and then every once in a while play a lot. So I'm going to give him 22. And then we're going to get, I don't know, 36 out of Markkanen, it seems. 35 out of Markkanen. 35 feels right. Although you do kind of expect like LeVert and Chetty to play a little bit more. Let's go 34 to Markkanen. And then there's no Dean Wade. I need to start working my way from left to right then. Lamar Stevens seems to play about 16 minutes, so let's slot that in there. Who else do we need? Who else is playing the 4? Because there's a couple minutes at the 4. Oh, I forgot to give Ed Davis minutes. That's where the minutes are coming from. So let's give Ed Davis 5 minutes so that I could take 5 minutes away from Kevin Love. Get him back up to 22. Now it makes more sense. We're going to get LeVert, who played 25 minutes on Monday. I'm going to give him 28 in this one. We're going to get Isaac Okoro in for 32. That leaves me 20 minutes for what I would have assumed was Dylan Windler. Oh, no, it's Chetty. What am I talking about? Go 20 to Chetty. Yeah, I think that works. It's not like we're playing Chetty anyway. All these rates are the same, and no one really looks good for Cleveland. So this one's going to be not all that great. All right. For Philadelphia, Calvin, good morning. For Philadelphia, okay, I'm wrong. There's more to like here than I was expecting. James Harden on both sites, FanDuel and DraftKings, the plus 12. Harden is actually, I want, just in case that's still there, my crunch file. Yeah. Harden, Philly's showing up on my FanDuel crunch, and I want that information to go away. So I need to delete it. There we go. All right. It's Harden at the top. It's Embiid at the top. Both sites, both greens. Can I could do that. I could put little icons like attached to their names up here. That was actually where it would be more interesting. But yeah, Harden looks good. 9,800 on FanDuel, 10-1 on DK. I didn't expect him to look as good as he does, but it looks good. Embiid, same story, although I'm not surprised here. Kickstart, good to see you. Glad you're here for it. Glad we're getting the good crew together in the morning. Yeah, play Embiid and Harden. I think they actually look really good here against Cleveland. And then Maxey on FanDuel, where he's 5,800 point guard and shooting guard. He's 7K on DraftKings. Maxey looks really good on FanDuel. And I'm not projecting him well at all. So 3 legitimately high-end plays here on Philly. I like it. I like it. On Cleveland, A little bit different. You can barely play Garland and Markkanen on DraftKings, and then I don't think you go to anybody else. So we're going to go ahead and bail on this one. It's Philly only, no Cleveland. Game 3, Denver Nuggets, 5.5-point favorites in Washington. 228 total. See what we've got going on for Jokic and his crew. I legitimately have no idea. Denver, Q-tag on Aaron Gordon. Q-tag on Najee. JaMychal Green in. No Michael Porter Jr. Most of this we already know. We did have Aaron Gordon on Monday, so I assume he plays here. I don't know what to make of Zeke Najee's status at this point. I would have assumed that dude was playing, and for some reason he's not. But the bigger piece here is that I don't really have anything to do in this rotation. This is just the same that it normally is. I've got Jokic in for 34. Monty Morris plays about 29. Actually, should probably give Monty Morris an extra minute. Let's do that. Take that away from Bryn Forbes. We got Bones in for 22. We've got Austin Rivers in for 20. That seems fine. Jeff Green, JaMychal Green. I guess Jeff Green's playing a little bit less now, too. I'll take him down to 24. Take JaMychal Green up to 18. Actually, let's go 23 and 19 here between these two guys. Not that it matters again, but Boogie's in for his minutes. Oh, Denver's done. Denver's just the same rotation they normally have. I'm assuming Aaron Gordon plays. For the Wizards, I feel like I haven't talked about the Wizards in forever, but they did play on Monday. SMP, I'm with you, man. Have you, here's how it's really crazy. Look at Denver's positive plus-minus guys this season. Cousins, which obviously is a little weird, and we could have that kind of conversation. Aaron Gordon's positive. Monty Morris is positive. Everyone else for this team has been a negative on EPM. Wild team this year. Calvin, you ran into Porzingis at Whole Foods last night? How's he feeling? Was he looking like was he buying vegetables? Should I be taking him today? Wizards, by the way, full strength. And Porzingis played 28 minutes this last time out. I'm going to give him 28 again here. 20 minutes for Daniel Gafford. Sounds good. For some reason, Satoransky didn't play a ton. Rui was in for 22. We'll bump that up. 24 for Neto. No. I'll take him to 23. 21 for Ish. Yeah, we'll take him up to 23. Toasted Biscuit, good to see you. What does EPM mean in DFS? Absolutely nothing. I guess Denny is the guy that needs a little bit of extra time. So let's... Surprisingly, his English is pretty good. I would expect it to be good at this point. He's been in America for a pretty long time. Ah, that's awesome. I'm a big Porzingis fan, so that's cool. All right, I think this is just about good here for a Wizards rotation. So let's check out game number 3. And that is Denver first. Jokic looks all right on FanDuel at 11-3. Gordon, Jokic, and Barton are the only other 3 reds. Jokic on DraftKings for that red. Gordon and Barton on FanDuel. It's just, there's not a lot here for Denver, and that's not all that surprising. I mean, Denver 17th in pace. Washington 25th in pace. Denver, not all that, not a lot of good per minute performers. Only Jokic and Cousins are above a fantasy point per minute on this team as my baseline rates. So no real priorities for Denver outside of Jokic. For Washington, It's even worse. Kuzma on FanDuel is okay. Porzingis on DraftKings is okay. Nobody else is worth a shit. So you can pretty much cross off Washington. We go to Dallas now. The Dallas Mavericks are 1.5 point favorites in Brooklyn, 220 total, which means Kyrie, coming off his 60-point game, cannot play today. I thought it was really funny that he said that he was going to join the media so that he can just like be in the arena and asking questions. To be in the NBA media and licensed, you need to be vaccinated and boosted. So sorry to you, Kyrie, you cannot also join the media. Let's take a look at Dallas here, where it looks like Reggie Bullock's going to be out. So let's get an idea of what that rotation will look like. For Dallas, no Reggie Bullock, no Chris Pinson or Hardaway. So let's get Bullock out of there. We're going to get a bunch more minutes out of Spencer Dinwiddie, that's for sure. Last game out wasn't OT. They all played 37 or 38 minutes. Dinwiddie, yeah, I mean, we're going to go to 34 here. We've got Jalen Brunson in for 34. I don't feel totally comfortable going too much higher than that. I do feel fine with 37 for Luka, but Ronald Jones, this is game number 4. 22 minutes for Dwight Powell. I guess we just have a couple extra to go around. So we'll go 24 there. I'll go 24 to Maxey at center. But I do want to give Maxey maybe 4 more, take him to 28. And that'll let me take a couple minutes from Dorian Finney-Smith and bump him down to the 3. Luka's in as well. Josh Green, I don't know, just plays about 18 minutes a game. That leaves me 17. Who steps in? Who takes Reggie Bullock's spot? Is it Trey Burke or Sterling Brown? Looks like it's both of them. Not in the AM, bro. I also don't need that take in the AM, but just so we're clear here, what profits? Let me know when you walk into your grocery store and get your booster and have to pay for it. Brooklyn Nets. Let's take Kyrie on out of there. Obviously, this is going to look a lot different. They're on the back-to-back. They are going home for it. This one's just going to be kind of wild. So, is the last time Kyrie played, Dragic played 38 minutes. The last time Kyrie out before that was Dragic playing 28 minutes. I'm going to say he's playing 30. And then I'm going to say Patty Mills, who played 31. Well, that was without Curry. Yeah, I think we're going to get like 28 out of Mills. And then I'm going to say 32 out of Curry. As someone that worked in the pharmaceutical industry in the past, it's really expensive to try to create a drug. Do I think that they're like, money hungry in times? For sure. But it takes a lot to get a drug approved, and a lot of drugs don't get approved, and you just got to eat those costs. So it's not all that crazy. It's shitty, but it's not all that crazy. I'm going to give Cam Thomas 18 minutes. Although he wasn't really playing all that much, so maybe I shouldn't. Looks like Kessler Edwards is the guy that's back in the rotation again. James Johnson has been playing more again, which is great. Drummond has Probably down to 22 minutes, which should soften the bleeding of how much I get that dude. We get Nick Claxton in for 22 minutes as well. That seems fine. Durant in for 36. That's just going to have to be what it is. And we get James Johnson, who over the past 3 games has played at least 22 minutes. So I can't really see a reason why I would go to less than that, especially, well, we don't even have an injury report. But no Aldridge means that I have to go a little bit higher here. I'm going to take James Johnson up to 22. Research costs so much money. That was handling the financial piece, handling financials for the biostatistics arm of a clinical trial was massive, and that was not the biggest chunk of money. All right, 14 minutes for Kessler Edwards. I can't, in good conscience, give him anything too crazy. Maybe I need to take Bruce Brown down to 32. That'll take him to 16. All right, not in the AM, bro. My only question to you is this. Should they not gain profits? This is an okay show to do it. Now, I want to say this right now. If we're doing like any type of this conversation that's going to happen in chat, it's got to be civil. No name calling. We're not going to do anything crazy. This is the process show. We can be civilized human beings and have an actual discourse on this thing. But if we're going to do it in chat, we got to do it normal. Yeah. So I would disagree. I don't think that COVID is any different than anything else. Whether that's insulin, cancer treatments, whatever. Somebody's got to create that. I'm okay with it. In the grand scheme of things. How long do I think before Porzingis gets back to 30 plus minutes? Probably not this year. But I mean, he could. I don't know if they care. Like, there's no incentive for the Wizards to play him a ton this season. Like, get him healthy first. All right, I think I'm okay with this rotation for Brooklyn, which means that this game is also in the books. Oh, no, it's not. I got to grab rates. We got to take Kyrie off. We get Durant with no Kyrie. This might be a Durant day. All right, so for Brooklyn, we need to say games that James Harden did not play and that Kyrie Irving did not play. And then we'll say that Kevin Durant did play. How many games do we have where just Durant played? Only 5, really? Well, I guess Durant was the one that was out for a while. So let's say Harden and Kyrie off, Durant played. Oh, this coffee is hitting the spot. All right, there we go. That's a much bigger sample. Although Aldridge confuses things a little bit, but I mean, I'm not going to let that one slow me down. So let's go ahead and grab these rates for Brooklyn when Harden and Kyrie are off the floor and Kevin Durant is in the game at the very, not necessarily on the floor, but able to have played. Because clearly Kevin Durant, just going to get a little bit of a usage bump when these other guys aren't on. Oddly enough, Kevin Durant has the opportunity to shoot a little bit more. Who could have expected it? All right, chat, you're starting to spiral. We're starting to spiral. Now. All right, Kevin Durant, 37% usage rate. I'm going to go with 36 there for old Kev. Was it already there? No, not even close. All right, 36% usage for Kevin Durant. He also sees a massive assist bump. Look at that, 10.2% assists per possession. Normally, he's a 7.6 guy. I mean, we're talking about a 34% increase in his assist rate. Yeah, I can't go that high, but I am going to bump it up a little bit. Even the rebounding comes in a little bit healthier. All right, so that's Durant. Does anybody else have a big hit? So like Aldridge has about 22% usage. Clearly not going to be on the floor, so I'm not super worried about that. So I think everybody else probably just falls into place pretty normally. So I'm going to let the rest of this hang, which means Brooklyn's done, which means game 1 is done, or game 4 is done. Oh, JJ, it's all right. We took a shot at it. We took a shot. I advocated for it. It failed. I should have known that it would fail. But I was hoping that the process show could be the civil discourse we needed. No chat is ever that. For Dallas, Luka looks great. FanDuel, 10-6. DraftKings, 11-5. I think Luka against Brooklyn today is in a really nice spot on FanDuel at 10-6. That price tag looks damn good. Spencer Dinwiddie, though, on FanDuel is $5,500. He's $1,000 more expensive on DraftKings. Dinwiddie looking damn good on FanDuel as well. You can do a little bit of Brunson on both sides, too. Alrighty, that'll do it for Dallas. Let's go to Brooklyn. On the Brooklyn side of this one, clearly Durant looking pretty good. 11K on FanDuel, small forward, power forward. 10-9 on DraftKings. That is the spot that you want to get him. He's a very different play on DK than he is on FanDuel. Not that he's not okay. Like, he's okay on... He's good on FanDuel. He's great on DraftKings. 10-9 for Durant with no other stars. That's pretty darn good to me. And then we're kind of casting a big net. Like Bruce Brown, 5,200. That works. He's at a fantasy point per minute as of late. Dragic, who's probably going to get some extra playing time, 4,200. That looks good on DK. If you want to take a shot on Andre Drummond falling into a couple extra minutes, I don't think that's too crazy. Andres, it's still that. Nobody's going crazy. We gave it a shot, swing and a miss, but we can do different things on this show. We are learned on this one. Game number 5, 7-10. It's 116 viewers, 59 likes. Hit that thumbs up. We made it through the opposite side of that conversation. So let's hit that thumbs up. We're going to go to Portland. Portland Trailblazers are 11-point underdogs in New York, 224 total. Portland's really bad. Yeah, that was my bad on that one. Portland is really not good at basketball. Yowza. I mean, not that I'm surprised. They don't have a lot of bodies. So that's Q tag on Justice Winslow. It'd be great to get him back. Still no Simons, obviously. No Lazada, Lillard, Ingles, Bledsoe, Little, Nurkic. All right. Well, let's try to figure out this Portland team and if we need to get to anything major. Kickstart, not going to be me. I hate politics in general. Not something that I follow. I don't pay attention to any real news It's not for me. Okay, so they went 2, 4, 6, 8. So they went to a 9-man rotation. Chris Dunn played. The question is, does Justice Winslow get back? Winslow has missed... Holy shit. He's missed 7 straight. I didn't even realize that. All right, so if we assume that Justice Winslow comes back and that Chris Dunn plays, it looks like Ben McLemore is done in the rotation. So we can get Chris Dunn straight away into backup point guard minutes. 30 minutes for Eubanks, 30 minutes for Trendon Watford. I feel fine for 30 on Eubanks. I actually want to go to... Well, I don't think that Watford plays as many now if Winslow's going to come back. Greg Brown is definitely going to play quite a bit less. Josh Harden for 32 probably needs to be 34, honestly. Feels like Elijah Hughes doesn't have to play. That would free me up for 20 minutes on Justice Winslow. That's about right. Who can I... Keon Johnson played 22. Feels like he would play a little bit less, but I don't want to go too crazy on 20 minutes for Winslow in a return after missing 7 games feels about right for a team that has nothing to play for. So this is all just going to hold. I'm not going to make any other further changes. So we'll call it a day on Portland. We'll go to the New York Knickerbockers. Knicks. What do we got for their current health? No Grimes, no Rose, no Nerlens Noel. Although Grimes looking like he's going to be back shortly. So this is actually just a pretty easy rotation to handle. We've got Mitchell Robinson in for 28 minutes. 12 for Jericho Sims. 8 for Taj Gibson. I think we can just make it 28-20 here. Actually, we'll leave that. 36 for Randall, 12 for Toppin, 37 for RJ Barrett. Should honestly be more. Take Miles McBride down to 12. We'll take RJ Barrett up to 38. We're going to take Evan Fournier up to 30. Got 28 for Quickly, 36 for Burks. Let's make that... Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, Knicks are done too. I think this game's going to be sneaky. All right, for Portland. Brandon Williams on FanDuel. 5,200, still looking pretty good. Definitely want to go that direction. This is much more of a Portland's much more of a FanDuel team than a DraftKings team. For Portland, it's going to be Brandon Williams, gets a green. Drew Eubanks, who's 5,100 power forward center, is yellow. CJ Ellaby, also a mildly interesting play at 3,800 if you need to punt. There's not really anything on Portland on DraftKings. Let's not forget, guys, Dame's old. I'm not sure there's a ton of appeal in getting to Dame. New York Knicks. Yeah, I thought this was going to happen. So the Knicks actually look really good. It's Barrett and Burks as the two clear stars. Barrett playing 38 minutes a game, 7,200 on FanDuel, 7,700 on DraftKings. Great positional eligibility. Burks, 5,800 and 6K. I think he looks pretty darn good if he's playing 36 minutes. Although I do feel like I should take a minute away from him. Just soften that blow a little bit. Let's do that. Still like Burks, though. Still the clear number 2. And then Fournier gets a yellow on FanDuel and DraftKings. 4,500 on FanDuel, 4,900 on DK. Julius Randle is in play. 8,600 on FanDuel, power forward center against a team with basically no real centers. We don't get it a lot, but the Knicks look really good today. Apparently, playing the Portland Trailblazers makes you a little bit better as a play for the day. Who knew? Who knew? We go to game number 6. The Phoenix Suns are 11-point favorites in Houston. I have to imagine there's going to be a couple pieces here of Phoenix that look pretty tasty. Not as tasty as hitting that like button, though. All right, still no Cam Johnson, so we know the rotation that we're getting from Phoenix is not going to be all that different than what we got in here right now. We're going to take Cam Payne's minutes down a little bit. I'm going to leave Devin Booker in for 35 because I think he's going to run the show. Or, yeah, let's do that. So, 17. We're going to take Booker to 35. Landry Shaman, I got in for 23. Torrey Craig, I got in for 18. We'll give Torrey Craig some more playing time. 31 for Ayton, 15 for McGee, 31 for Crowder, 36 for Bridges. Yeah, Andres, that is a bit of an understatement. Any word on the giveaway for the one gamer tomorrow? I mean, I'm going to give a week away tomorrow for sure. That's absolutely happening. All right, I think we're good here for Phoenix. They're just going to look pretty good across the bit. So, let's look at Houston now. Anything crazy for Houston? Probably. This is a team that always has dudes out. Where's it at? There we go. Indiana, Houston. So Q-tag on Eric Gordon. Schroeder available. So this is just standard Houston rotation too. Good to know. Although they have had guys missing pretty regularly over the past few weeks. But, Christian Wood's starting. Şengün. Normal backup run. I don't have much to change here. 22 minutes for Schroeder. Maybe I have too many minutes in for Eric Gordon right now. Take him down a bit. Kenny Martin, I got in for 23. That should be a little bit higher. There's not going to be a lot to like here. So, let's check it out. Phoenix. Not as good as I thought they were going to be. Holy hell. Okay. So, Devin Booker on DraftKings at 9,500 is your best thing here for Phoenix. Ayton's all right on both sites. Cam Payne is all right on FanDuel. Booker's all right on FanDuel. Man, I thought Phoenix was going to look a lot better there because of facing Houston, and they're still not all that interesting. Prices have just stabilized here for Phoenix. On the Houston side, kind of the same situation. Christian Wood and Kevin Porter on DraftKings are both fine. If this one stays competitive, those are the guys you're looking for. You can cast a slightly wider net on Wood and Porter on FanDuel or Jalen Green and Jayshawn Tate on DraftKings. But basically, the moral of this story, nothing from Phoenix or Houston is a priority. Nothing at all. Well, my coffee's gone. That's depressing because we are halfway done. So, Lakers, 9-point underdogs in Minnesota. Boy, oh boy, is that sad. So, anybody available for the Lakers? LeBron Q-tag, fake Q-tag. Dwight Howard, potential real Q-tag. Talen Horton-Tucker is probable. So this is just normal Lakers. I got 37 minutes for LeBron, 32 for Russ. Monk's minutes are back down again because nobody plays any consistent time. So they dusted off Wayne Ellington this last time out. Doesn't look like it's DJ Augustine season any longer. So let's take Malik Monk down to 28. We've got Austin Reeves in for 29. Let's make that 27. Avery Bradley played 5 minutes. That makes a ton of sense. Not. 20 for Stanley Johnson feels fine. I'm going to go and give Wayne 16 minutes. Kenyon Gabriel played 19. Seems to me like he's just a part of the rotation now. So I'm going to give him 8 there. 4 more, so get him 12. I mean, this team is just putrid. Putrid. That's the Lakers. I'm going to end up saying that I like Russ, which is going to piss me off. But a matchup against Minnesota is just great. It's legitimately great. Minnesota, Q tag on Beverly, Vanderbilt, McLaughlin, and Reed. Anthony Edwards allegedly is playing. So I'm guessing everybody from Minnesota is in except for Jaden McDaniels. Wait. Yes. Yes, correct. So we're going to get Jared Vanderbilt back straight into 26 minutes. 34 for Cat. Naz Reid back up. 22 minutes for Taurean Prince. Could be more. 26 for Beverly. Go to 28. 16 for McLaughlin. 33 for Russell. 33 for Edwards. 7 for Jalen Noel. Malik Beasley, now that everybody's back, is going to play not as many minutes. So take him back down to 20. And that would do it for Minnesota. All right, what do we get? Because think about how fast this game is. Lakers, bad defense, 10th in pace. Minnesota, not a great defense, number 1 in pace. This is a FanDuel slate, or this is a big game for today. Yeah, there it is. Russ on FanDuel is 7,200. I like him. LeBron on FanDuel and DraftKings. I like him. This matchup is really good from a fantasy perspective. The only problem is how big of underdogs the Lakers are. But if you're playing anything from the Lakers, it's LeBron on both sites. It's Russ on FanDuel. And then for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, both sites, no surprise. He pops for me constantly. It's just a price thing too, and a positional thing. Shooting guard, small forward is really good. I think Vanderbilt on FanDuel for 4,400 is an interesting value option. I think D'Angelo Russell across both sites is fine. I think Beverly on DraftKings is fine. Cat just smashed that last time out. All right, what do we got? 134 viewers, 74 likes. That's looking good. We're saved. We've got 7 games done, 5 to go. OKC at San Antonio. The Thunder are 13-point underdogs at the Spurs. That should be a real treat. We've got a Q tag on Shea. Good luck there. Obviously, no Dort, no Giddey. Wiggins is back, so that's that. Let's get him back into the rotation. We're gonna take Maladon back down. Trey Mann can stay there. We're gonna take Lindy Waters back down. I'm real tired of this Oklahoma City team at this point. It's getting old. It's getting real old. 24 for Sarr. He played 32 the last time out. That's kind of interesting. Let's take Sarr up to 28 then. Take Isaiah Roby down to a lot less. Got Baisley in for 33. That feels about right. 22 for Poku. Sure. I mean, I got to get Wiggins to 30 minutes. I mean, that's just what he plays, which means I need to trim 17 minutes off of these clowns. All right, we'll take Veep Krejci down to 12. We'll take Waters down to 18. That basically did all of it. That'll work. 16. There. Done. That's OKC. I can't give Sarr 28 minutes. I got to give him 27 or he's going to pop too much. Oklahoma City is about to be a problem today. San Antonio plays fast as well. For the Spurs, great spot here for San Antonio is McBucket's back. Nope. He's out for a week and a half. 2 weeks. No Caden, no Romeo. So same rotation that we've been getting. 33 minutes for Keldon Johnson seems fine. 36 minutes for DeJounte Murray seems fine. I think I'm good here for this rotation. Of all the really bad teams, Oklahoma City, Detroit, Houston, Orlando, who has the most promising future? Probably Oklahoma City. Detroit would be a close second. Actually, it's probably OKC, Houston, Detroit, Orlando. All right, let's look at this game. Not Orlando. That much I could tell you. I mean, the answer is Oklahoma City. Speaking of Oklahoma City, if Shea plays, he's 9,800 on FanDuel, 10-2 on DraftKings, and has a really good matchup. Shea is the best option from Oklahoma City if he's in. Baisley is second, and that's on FanDuel and DK. Happy to get there. Sarr would be third. Again, FanDuel and DK. Yeah, I mean, play Shea if he's in. Hot take, though. And then for San Antonio in this great matchup, DeJounte Murray popping like crazy. 10-7 on FanDuel, 10-7 on DraftKings. Go ahead and get all the DeJounte Murray you want. Jakob Poeltl would be the second best option. What's with all these Detroit answers, guys? Why Detroit? I'm not sure I see it. Not sure I see it. Man, play all the DeJounte. Hopefully you get DeJounte Murray and Shea, and you can get a battle of the lead guards. Go to Chicago now. 6-point dogs in Utah. Let's take a look at this Bulls team. Probable tag on Levine. No Lonzo, no Patrick Williams. I don't have a single change to make to the Chicago Bulls rotation. Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to change here. So Chicago stays the same. Does Utah? No, because they had no Boyan last time out. Still have no Boyan. No Daniel House either in this one. No Boyan, no House. Trent Forrest questionable. No Azubuike either. All right, so let's get Boyan and House out of there. I mean, Orlando is definitely last out of Detroit, OKC, Houston, and Orlando. Oh yeah, the results of this year's lottery play a big role in this too. But yeah, Orlando's definitely last. They don't have a single like potential transformative player. That could be Jalen Green. That could be and should be Cade Cunningham. That is sort of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Orlando doesn't have anybody that profiles to be as good as Shai is right now. It's OKC and Houston for me because of all of the draft pick equity they have moving forward. That's why Detroit's behind them. All right, what are we going to do here for Utah? So we get the 32 minutes out of Gobert. That seems about right to me. Backup center run goes to Hassan Whiteside. Royce O'Neal's probably just going to play a little bit more. We'll get him in for 34 minutes. I got Rudy Gay in for 14 plus a little bit more. We got to get him to 22. Trent Forrest in for 12 is fine. We've got 29 in for Mike Conley. We've got 34 in for Donovan Mitchell. I'm just going to take him up to 36 now. 26 for Jordan Clarkson. That needs to go up to 29. That leaves me 30 extra minutes. So Eric Paschall is going to play a little bit here. I'll put him in for 16 minutes. And then I've got 14 left over for... What up, Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Let's get some run. All right, that's going to be Utah. We already know that we have Chicago in the books. So for the Bulls, not a single priority on the Chicago Bulls here against Utah. Barely a priority at all at Nikola Vucevic on FanDuel at 7,700. That's a good price. Otherwise, maybe you want a little bit of Zach LaVine. Yeah, that's my answer. It's all the picks plus Shai is better than anything else that any other team does. You'd have to be, for it to be Houston, you would have to assume that Jalen Green is going to be better than Shai, and that's a real tough leap to make. Detroit just doesn't have as many assets coming down the pipeline. Maybe if they traded Jeremy Grant, they would have. All right, 3 games left, guys. It's 7:33 in the AM. Let's go to Boston and Golden State. The Boston Celtics making the trip to the West Coast. 3.5-point dogs against Golden State. We know that we've got Draymond Green back. I don't know what we've got going on for the Boston Celtics right now. Don't really feel like I've used them in a while. No Aaron Nesmith is the only thing that we need to worry about. And Boston is just pretty firm in what looks like an 8-man rotation, maybe 9 if you want to get some spillover to Tice. 34 minutes to Marcus Smart. 26 minutes to Derek White might be a little too high. 35 for Jaylen Brown. 37 for Jason Tatum. 32 for Horford. 33 for Robert Williams. Yeah, I don't have any changes here that I want to make. Yeah, Keith, not quite. Oh, I did skip Utah. Yeah, Keith. No, Troy Weaver is not better than Sam Presti. For Utah, Donovan Mitchell gets a double yellow. Rudy Gobert would be your other option. It's not great, but it's Mitchell and Gobert, and I don't think anybody's too shocked there. Let's check out Golden State now. All right, do we have everybody? Is Wiggins back? I assume he is. Q-tag on Wiggins. No Peyton, no Wiseman, no Iggy. So this is basically the rotation that I had last time out. 33 minutes to Andrew Wiggins seems fine. 20 to the bucket. Otto Porter in at 18. Bielitsa in at 10. We've got Draymond in for 24. That seems fine. 24 for Looney. Seems fine. 30 for Poole. I'm okay with that. 32 for Clay. Yeah, this all looks pretty good. All looks good. Can't imagine we're getting a lot here out of this one. This is two defense forward teams. Boston is 26th in pace. Golden State is 16th. This one's not going to look very good for Boston. Robert Williams looks really good on FanDuel. 7,100 power forward center eligibility. I'm in. Jaylen Brown looks really good on FanDuel. 6,800 for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, that's a ridiculous price. And then Robert Williams on DraftKings, 6,900. Brandon, what are you talking about, man? That was a real weird thing to think that Sam Presti isn't awesome because he chose Westbrook over Kevin Durant. Which, just FYI, not how it happened. Oh, that's a good stretch. I felt like a dog there. Robert Williams, Jaylen Brown. Boston is a FanDuel team today. Golden State, absolutely nothing. If you want Curry, it's a $9,700 Curry on DraftKings. Otherwise, don't take Golden State. 2 games to go. Milwaukee, 9-point favorites in Sacramento. This one should look pretty damn good for the Bucks. Assuming everybody that had been healthy for Milwaukee is healthy for Milwaukee. Is that the case? No Pat Connaughton. Will be back shortly. Otherwise, everybody else is here and ready to do it. So let's see here now. 28 for Portis. Yeah. 16 for Brolo. Yeah. 16 for Serge. Maybe not. 18 for George Hill. Sure. Looks like Wes Matthews is the guy I need to give a little bit more time to. Get him up to 22. Yeah, the rest of this looks fine. Yeah, I really like Dagnall. Yeah, again, Sam Presti did not choose Serge Ibaka over James Harden. That is also wildly incorrect, Brandon. You're not even getting the right big man for the joke that you're trying to make. Kendrick Perkins is what you're trying to say Ibaka is, but also no one chose James Harden chose anybody over James Harden. And it's certainly not Sam Presti. Sam Presti doesn't own the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, Sacramento. Justin Holiday is off the injury report. No Jeremy Lamb. So this is basically the normal Sacramento team. $38 for Fox. I mean, you can make a case that it should be even more. Trey Lyles playing a little bit more, maybe. Rashawn Holmes just not playing all that much is real wild change. Got Sabonis. Yeah, Sabonis' minutes are starting to climb. So let's get him in for 34. We'll get Rashawn Holmes in for 10. We'll get Metu in for 16. Oh, man, these rotations are just all jacked up. I got to take everybody out of here right now. It's just going to bother me. Okay, let's start from scratch here. So we're going to get Davion Mitchell in for 23 minutes. All right, we got Fox in. We're going to get Trey Lyles in for 22. We're going to get Barnes in for 36. Justin Holiday in for 26. DiVincenzo, I mean, this dude's minutes are just all over the place. I'll give him 28. That leave me 7 for someone like Mo Harkless. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I have a problem with Troy Weaver, but you cannot compare him to Sam Presti. To me, there's no way that you can say Detroit is in a better place than Oklahoma City. To me, that's impossible. All right, that's Sacramento. This should be a fun one to look at. Milwaukee. Do they get enough of a boost from just playing Sacramento? They do. Giannis, looking good. Going to be curious to see how the studs shake out with Luka and DeJounte and LeBron and Giannis. Someone's going to pop to the top. But Giannis is the best play for Milwaukee. Drew on DraftKings at 7,700 is your second best option here. Not too much else for Milwaukee. And then for Sacktown, Domantas Sabonis is 8,400 on FanDuel with power forward eligibility. 9,200 on DraftKings, just center. I like him in both spots. I think Fox on DK at 9,400 looks really good. I think he looks okay on FanDuel. You can take a shot on Barnes or DiVincenzo on FanDuel or on DraftKings as well. Sacramento looking a little bit better there than I was expecting. By the way, we're almost at 100 likes, so if you haven't hit it yet, please do so. That would help out a ton. We are on our final game. That would be the Toronto Raptors. 2-point favorites in Los Angeles, taking on the Clips. And I don't know who's available here, but it feels like someone's not. No, the contract that they handed out that stopped them from paying James Harden was technically Kendrick Perkins, not Ibaka. But also, none of that is real or a true story. It's not that they couldn't afford to pay Harden. You're not getting the facts of that story correct. Yeah, I think they offered him like 4 for 44 or 4 for 42 or something like that. But yeah, it's the Ibaka deal is not the reason that James Harden was not on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's be very, very clear here. All right, so Toronto, is Anunoby just back? Because that dude just showed up last time. Okay, he's doubtful. Wait, did they play yesterday? No. Doubtful on OG Anunoby. Q-tag on Van Vliet. No Flynn. Oh, Bleacher Report. Noted incredible source Bleacher Report. Yeah, I don't have to take it up with Bleacher Report. I'll just ignore all their content like I do every other day. I'm not sure I've ever gone to Bleacher Report for anything ever. Is Precious playing more minutes here? What do we got going on? Did this go to OT? Had to have. Didn't go. Okay. All right, let's take Kem Birch down to 19. We'll bump up Precious to 24. 20 for Boucher seems fine. $36 for Van Vliet, 12 for Banton, 37 Trent, 37 Barnes, 37 Siakam. I think we're good on Toronto. Not that that's all that surprising. Let's close it out with the Clippers, a team that I'm just wildly tired of talking about. The Clippers are just, there's just too many dudes. For a team that has like multiple, I don't want to say stars, because that's not the way that I want to say this, but like Norm Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, like those three guys aren't playing, and then the Clippers still have like 12 guys that are functional. All right, so Reggie Jackson's available, Marcus Morris is available, Covington's available. We've got no George, no Powell, no Preston, no Leonard. So this is like the current full strength Clippers, I guess. Just going to do their rotation from scratch to make it easier. Good God, guys. I do not want to do this stupid Clippers team. I'm hoping that nobody looks good by the time we finish it up, which is possible. It's possible. Let's do this rotation for the Clippers. Let's put this to bed. Let's start running our crunches. Oh, toasted biscuits. I miss Game of Zones. All right, we're going to go 35 minutes to Reggie Jackson. We're going to go Zubats in for 29. Hartenstein straight backup. Marcus Morris in for 30. We're going to go Covington in for the backup run there, 18. We're going to go 24 minutes for Nick Batum. We're going to go 28 minutes to Amir Coffey. We're going to get Terrence Mann in for 27. We got to get... Where's he hiding? Who the hell am I missing? Where's Kennard? There he is. We got Luke Kennard in for 24 minutes. That leaves me 7, which we will toss to Brandon Boston. I pulled these rates. I have. That sucks. So we just need to get rates for the Clippers, and then we done. So let's grab these Clippers rates. The no Paul George Clippers rates, which we're well versed in now. When Paul George does not play, let's also say that Eric Bledsoe does not play. That's 2. How big is that sample? More than enough. Got it. All right. Rates for Clippers, and then we are done. Guys, thanks for being here. This was a big slate. We made it through 3 days in PA. We get a 1-gamer tomorrow in a just comical manner. And a terrible game at that. But we'll be able to run crunches for, the showdown single game contest. That'll be a good time. Contenders videos for this one will be out shortly after this show wraps up. And then I got to hit the road. So we start with Reggie Jackson, 29% usage rate without those guys. Assist rate, though, that is the big bump up. Is there anybody else we need to bump here? Marcus Morris gets the 24. That hashed itself out. Zubats actually has a bit more usage than I would have expected, but I think the rest of this is just fine. So let's close it out here. Final game, we made it through. 180 viewers, 105 likes. Another one in the books. For the Raptors, Van Vliet and Trent on FanDuel, if they're available. Van Vliet, 7,500. That price is too low. Gary Trent, 6,200. To me, that price is a little too low. I'm happy to get to both guys on DraftKings. They just look better on FanDuel. Siakam, no issues there either. On the Clippers, it's Reggie Jackson on FanDuel as a priority. Reggie Jackson on DraftKings is very close. Amir Coffey, probably not. Crunch time. Here we go, folks. Thank you for being here for this big one. Let's run some crunches. Shouts to Prize Picks once again for being the presenting sponsor. Needed that sip of water. All right, here we go. First one up, FanDuel Optimals. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Keith, KPJ didn't take a step back. He was never good in the first place. That's the problem. All right, FanDuel Optimal. We got 2 of them at 341.2. Russ, Brandon Williams, Luka Doncic, Fournier, Giannis, Baisley, Eubanks, Vanderbilt, Capella. Or you can swap out Fournier and Capella for D'Angelo Russell and Sarr. And you get the same score no matter what. So 2 at 341.2. Power rankings on FanDuel. I'm really intrigued to see this. I don't know how the pay-ups are going to shake out. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to make some rate changes. There's no way I'm doing a contenders video that says Russell Westbrook's the number 1 guy. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. People will lose their minds. I got to make rate changes to the Lakers. Can't do it. See if that works. Is that enough? Is that enough to push Russ out of there? No way am I letting Russ be at the top of the power rankings. See if that change works. Not only did it work, it is wildly different. I didn't even change it that much. All right, that's fine. You can see how flat it is, though, today. Like, Russ is just gone now. He's 20th. Luka Doncic at the top of the heap. Gary Trent, DeJounte Murray, RJ Barrett. That's everybody above 15%. Look how flat that is. It's so flat. We're going to need a lot of new... I mean, that's just this. That's what happens on a big slate. It's really hard for any one individual to separate from the pack all that much. Let's go to DraftKings now. DK Optimal. I'm so happy that I'm going to be in the car for this slate because 12 games is a bear. Alrighty, optimal lineup on DraftKings, 284.6. Dragic, Burks, Barrett, Baisley, Sarr, Murray, Rudy Gay, Domantas Sabonis. I can't say that that was what I was expecting. Power rankings on DraftKings. Looking like it's Alec Burks' season. No, he's tumbling now. Well, not tumbling, but it's the flexibility here on Burks. Point guard, shooting guard, 6K. Starts, plays a ton of minutes. Burks, Edwards, Fournier, Barrett. Look at how flat that is. It's so flat. And then finally, we close it out with Yahoo. final crunch of the day. Yeah, I mean, that's, playing Portland really opens things up. Yahoo Optimal. DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, Reggie Jackson, RJ Barrett, Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Edwards, Drew Eubanks, DeAndre Ayton. That's 296.4 by 1/10 of a point. 1/10 of a point. And then power rankings on Yahoo. We close it out. Whew. Here we go. Looking like it's going to be Anthony Edwards at the top of the heap on Yahoo. Reggie Jackson, Russell Westbrook, Alec Burks, Kevin Porter Jr., Darius Baisley, Fox, Barrett. Anthony Edwards separates from the pack, though, on Yahoo. Because, what's his price? Yeah, $26. Was not very good the last time out in 30 minutes because it was obviously Towns time, but you get one of these days where he takes 19 shots, you're going to be all right with it. Brandon, I am. I'll be in the car in, 2.5, 3 hours. Guys, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a good one. We got another slate in the books. One gamer tomorrow to break down. It'll be a fun one. Make sure you're tuning in tomorrow. I know we're going to have limited people here for the process show tomorrow, but we'll try to have a little bit of fun. Come with your questions if you have any. I'm happy to answer whatever it is that you guys want to know because we're going to have a ton of time. Good luck tonight, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. This was The Process.